G'day, I'm Chris. Welcome back to Flat Tank Journey. Welcome back to my shed. It's good to be here. And listen, I've been having some time off. I had to have some oral surgery. Went to get a tooth extracted. The tooth broke off. Then it had to be cut out with a saw. And anyway, been a bit of a mess. Not looking for sympathy, telling you what's going on. Listen, I've put the round tank to the side. Now, the round tank and the wedge tank. Round tank is waiting for wheels and a magneto, and doing much else to it now is kind of stupid. I'm only fiddling on the edges of it. I really need wheels and I need a magneto, and the wheels have been gone for a fair while, so I actually expected them back. The magneto is my own fault because I put it off because I didn't want to spend the money. The wedge tank, where am I at? Well, I filled it with oil, and the oil runs through the sight feed bowl and everything's good, except that I've got a leak out the top of the pump. The O-rings I put in are not holding, so I'm going to cut some cork washers in the next week, I hope, and then get that round to Les's. It's been a bit of a saga. I've been on and off and surgery and my dad and surgery and stuff. Anyway, all excuses, nothing done. That's where those two are at. This is my 27 Raleigh, or 25, I'm not really sure anymore. For those of you who watch regularly, you'll know all about this bike. It's been a problem child for me. And I thought I'd sit down and have a talk to you about it while I clean it, because it's absolutely filthy. Well, you might not see a lot of me, you might see a bit of my back while I wipe things over. So what happened to the Raleigh? Well, I lost the love for it, to put it honestly. It's a strange bike in my life. I had come off the back of the Torpedo, and that's a great little series to watch because the Torpedo's a blinder. And I was super excited and super confident, and you know, as you do, you buy another one. Except this one cost too much as a starting project. Now, I kind of paid what the guy wanted, and at the time I thought, oh yeah, that's pretty good, that works. But it kind of didn't. I'm well short. I'm well over what the bike might be worth. And you really need to go back and watch, because it's a mongrel, meaning it's a bitzer. Parts of it are 25 and parts of it are 27, and it 100% has the wrong engine in it. It has a 350 engine in it, in a 250 frame, or that's what I believe. The UK Rally Club, Reliant and Raleigh, or Raleigh and Reliant Club, were absolutely smashing. And a guy named Simon Dillon contacted me, or I contacted him, and we spoke via email, and he sent me videos, and he was fabulous. I even got the footboards off him. But the bike's just not right. Lots of it isn't right. So that started to get under my skin. One of the biggest problems I had was the gearbox, and whether it's a 2-speed or a 3-speed. It should be a 3-speed, I think. And I cracked it with the linkages and getting it to change. And I just couldn't get it right at the time. And I thought, oh, I'll put it away for a couple of weeks, as you do. A couple of weeks turned into a couple of months. The wedge tank came along, and then the round tank. Oh, then, you know, I cracked it with that and started in on something else. And that's a bit of what I do. I get the SADs or something, just stepped out of picture, and I put it away. And I put it away, what do I think? You know how you see a project for sale and people say, you know, 90% complete? Yeah, it might be 90% complete, but it's about 50% done, because this bike still needs a lot of work. So, what's wrong? Well, it's dirty. I can fear the rear hub is loose. It's cup and cone, admittedly, so I can tighten those up and that's not the end of the world. The gearbox. I believe the gearbox is correctly assembled and has the correct gears on it because Simon sent me videos and that's not his fault, that's my fault. I need to sit down, work out the linkages and drive myself insane for a couple of days getting it to change properly. And I think it will change. It's in neutral now and it has a gear above and below neutral, at least. But I just can't get it to change effectively and properly. And I'm embarrassed by how dirty it is and how rusty it is. Like the footrests have so much stuff on them, or the spacers I used have so much stuff on them, they'll need to be replaced. Anyway, it'll be fine. What else is wrong? I've got some shake in the front end. Either the bearings are the wrong size or there's something wrong, so the front end will need to come out of the bike. I think. It's got rock. I don't know whether I can get it to rock. Quite a sizable amount. Now, I don't think it's just loose. I think it's the wrong size bearings. I actually think it had the wrong size bearings in it, and I've perpetuated the problem. And they might be 3/16 and they should be 1/4. Not sure, but I'm going to find out. Or we'll find out. Because I'll bring you along for the ride, eh? What else is wrong? Now, I don't remember, maybe one of you will tell me, or I can go back and watch my own videos. I don't know whether I had the magneto done. I really don't remember. I'm going to have to go back and look. Kind of looks good. It's got a bit of surface rust on it now. But I hooked up the advance and retard and the spark plug lead and did a few things. So I hope it's done because they're about $600 or $700 to get done. The paint's not super and I'm disappointed with that, but it is what it is. I let it get rusty because the garage it was in is a little damp and now it's got rust where I don't want it to be rusty. What else is wrong? Now, the gearbox, the engine. The engine I never did. The engine I believed, and I kind of still believe it, was, I'll see if it'll change into gear. Yeah, was done. Because it was clean as a whistle. You know, somebody had blasted the cases and, you know, I actually believed it was done. But whether or not it was, well, that's a separate thing. And, you know, I have been, deceived isn't the right word, but I have been mistaken. That's a better word, before. The other thing that needs done that I really, really hate are the oil pipes. Now, you need to go and watch the episode, or episodes maybe there is, about the oil pipes because, you know, they're quite a significant thing. At the time, just undoing the footrest, I'm not doing anything inappropriate with myself. At the time of doing it, it was impossible, and I believe that to be true, to find oil pump parts for a genuine oil pump. Or oil metering, I think is the correct term. Now it's down in here. We'll have a close up and personal, because you know I like that. It's down in here. So Simon Dillon, again, clever man, or the Raleigh and Reliant Club in the UK are, I think probably both, let's go with that, gave me designs to build an oil pipe engine feed. Is that right? oil pipe engine feed or to feed the engine. And I made one and was really enthusiastic, and that should be good. But I didn't finish it properly. And now I don't actually have the brass tubing, and there's a whole other range of things that I should have done. But I didn't. So let's move on. So I've got to finish that. The carburettor is janky. The top of it is put together with a polysteel that may or may not hold together. But it's a little Binks and it's cute. I'm now in a position where I'd arrogantly buy an aftermarket carby and put it on and build an adapter and do all that. So I feel a bit better about that. That's about it, I think. It's not a lot, but it was a lot for me, and so much that I put it away, embarrassingly. Right, let's have a walk around the bike, and you can have a look at it, and then you can get stuck into me for being slack. Rightio. There she is. Now, she's a little bit cleaner than when I started, so that's good, and it might look good. Now, I didn't mention in the things I hate is the exhaust. The exhaust actually needs to come off. The paint has rusted through or deteriorated or something, and it needs to come off. There's lots of surface rust on it, and I'm not happy with what I've done to it. But anyway, it is what it is. So what did we talk about? The front end's a problem. Wrong size bearings potentially. Needs to come out. Job I hate. Front wheel is okay. Everything's okay. If you remember, I put the old tyres back on it because I wasn't sure when I was going to ride it. That's turned out to be a good deal because it's years since I put that in. Paint on the front guard, not too bad. Tank, not too bad. Seat, immaculate. Immaculate. But, you know, Daryl Colt from Daz's Seat Repairs did it and did a fabulous job, and it looks good. The powder coating is held up really well. Rear wheel are good, but the tyre's flat and the beads popped off, and that's turned out to be a pain. Here's the gearbox that I loathe, and the selector that I have a mountain of trouble with. And it's me. It's not the gear, it's me. Let's look at the other side. Right on, here's the other side. Again, it looks pretty good. Doesn't look too bad. I've got the footrest footboards off because my spacers are rusty. Now, do you want me to own up? Tell you the truth. They are curtain rail or towel rail from the local big box store that I cut up to sleeve the pipe to build pressure across the footboards. So not the end of the world to replace. You can see in here for the oil feed, and I don't know whether there's another one or not. There might be another bung on the other side that I need to deal with. I actually need to sort out the routing of the oil and how I'm even going to do it. The big left-handed nut on the flywheel has gone rusty, and I'm ashamed. The clutch, as I recall, I got new clutch plates cut from my water jet place, and they were a bit of a success. Rear wheel, well, needs the cups and cones adjusted and perhaps the brakes. The front, again, it looks all right. Levers, bars, and all that stuff is kind of okay. Now, one of my other janky moments is the mounts for the magneto. Everything, the footrests, I built a separate mount for them, and they bolt to the magneto mount, and it's all a freaking nightmare. I don't know what to do, and I need to sit down and have a look at it and decide maybe there's a better way. Well, in theory, those footboard mounts were meant to work really well. But in practice, they just don't. So it's a combination of maybe it was a footrest bike, maybe I've got the wrong engine mounts, engine plates, and that's more likely. From memory, and again, this is just from memory, there's actually a different set of plates for footboard models that have a mount here somewhere off the bottom. Now I could take the engine out, remove the plates and weld the bracket in to the bottom, and it'd be much, much, much better. You wouldn't have all the nuts and the bolts and the adjustment of the Maggie affecting the footboards and all that bracketry in there. I'm going to need to think about that. But I'm going to do something. So that's my journey. It's not significant this week. I have got a normal life, well, semi-normal, and things get in the road. So that's what I've been up to. The rally's back on. Send me some encouragement if you would, because it's hard to drag a project out and admit that you've been doing a terrible job of it. But I still have it, and I'm going to keep it, mainly because it owes me too much money. Doesn't matter. Hey, exciting news. Wonder who got this far in the video. I'm on the very edge of something exciting, and could be the most exciting thing I've ever owned, and it could be the worst decision of my life. So if you got this far in the video, tell me you did, and I'll keep you updated in the coming weeks. Hey, Flat Tank Journey sponsored by me. I've got merch online, and the links to the store is in the description down below. If you fancy a Flat Tank Journey t-shirt, like guy in the UK, who I hope your t-shirt arrives soon, guy in New Zealand who bought the BSA shirt, hope it arrives. Send me a picture if it does, flattankjourney@gmail.com. Love to see where the t-shirt ends up. Take it with yourself near a local landmark, and I'd love to see you. Send a couple of t-shirts, only an hour and a half away to Warrnambool, and that's super. Thanks to the people who bought stuff. If you want to, go right ahead. If you can't or you don't want to, that's okay too. In the meantime, have a good weekend, eh? Cheers.